Se lo habíamos prometido, queremos contarles de una heroína, de una mujer con el síndrome de Tourette. Se llama Jess Thom. Le dicen la heroína del Tourette. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué decimos que se toma con humor esto? ¿Cómo ha enfrentado también en su país vivir con Tourette? ¿Cómo lleva además este mensaje a otras partes del mundo? Estuvo aquí en el GAM, invitada por el GAM. Veamos qué nos cuenta en su nota Valentina Matus.
For those of you who don't know me, let me introduce myself. I'm Tourette's hero.
Alan, put some clothes on. Hi, I am Jess Thom. I am an artist, a writer and a part-time superhero from the UK. I am the founder of an organisation called Tourette's Hero, which celebrates the humour and creativity of Tourette syndrome, which is a condition that I have. Tourette's is a neurological condition that means I make movements and noises I can't control, called tics. So it's the reason I bang my chest and move about. I've got a very wiggly body. Cats! I've had tics since I was about 6. As a child, my tics were milder and less noticeable to other people. In my early 20s, they began to intensify and have a much bigger impact on my life. And I found it really hard to adjust to that initially. And then I had a conversation with my friend Matthew, that radically changed the way I viewed my condition. He described Tourette's as a crazy language generating machine and told me that not doing something creative with my tics would be wasteful. And that idea really took root and was how I came to understand that Tourette's was my power and not my problem, and that through celebrating and using art and sharing my experiences and developing the confidence to talk about Tourette's, I could be part of making a more inclusive world. Hedgehog. And that's how Tourette's Hero started. And so Matthew and I then co-founded Tourette's Hero together. And we work across art forms in theatres and in galleries, and we put on big events for children and young people. Tourette's Hero is an organisation, but it's also a superhero persona. And for me, when I first started Tourette's Hero, it was important that I was able to speak not as me, Jess, but as Tourette's Hero. It gave me more confidence. I wasn't used to talking about my condition. And it was also, we liked the idea of a superhero because it was something that both children and adults could have their imaginations captured by. But I think we will have to walk a really careful line. I'm not a hero because I have any special qualities or superpowers. I think that my tics are my power because they let me collide ideas together to create incredible new concepts. There have been moments where I felt really excluded, particularly actually from cultural spaces. So sometimes the rules of creative and cultural spaces, the idea that you have to be still and quiet, and the idea that that is the only way that you can show attention and focus, is a barrier for lots of people. People shouldn't have to change themselves to be able to enjoy art. So we've done a number of different sort of creative events and takeovers. So Brewing in the Basement is a celebration of disability culture, and we've done it in a number of different cultural spaces in the UK. And we do activities for children and young people during the day, and then cabaret that's slightly more adult in the evening.
Incredible costumes.
You can really only be an artist or take to the stage or feel like those places are places you can occupy if you see yourself represented in them. So I really want to be visible in those spaces because I want to see future generations of disabled artists, and I think that they will make work that's better and bigger and more challenging and bolder. I think there were lots of ideas that we have as a society that we just take on unquestioningly, and we sort of are brought up to think of certain things as bad, like it's, disability often suffers from that sort of idea that you can't celebrate it because it's something negative. actually, I am a disabled person because I experience barriers because of our collective failure to think about difference. But only if those barriers are acknowledged can they be changed. So for me, when I say I'm a disabled person, it makes me feel proud. It means I can be part of a diverse community and that I can give and receive solidarity. There's a real power in changing how we think about things, and sometimes it can be very easy as a disabled person to take on the negative ideas about your body or your mind from the world around you and from all the messages you're sent that you don't fit in, actually realizing that you are not the problem and your body is not the problem, and that you can be part of finding solutions and making a more inclusive and accessible world is really powerful. But we need everybody to be on board with that and be part of that process. Biscuit, yes! People sometimes ask me, you know, if there was a magic pill that you could take that would just take your tics away immediately without any side effects, would you take it? And I'm always interested by that question, because actually what I would like is for us all to be able to take a pill that would mean that we would make the world more inclusive and that would remove barriers, because I don't want to change people's bodies or minds. It's so normal for us all to do things differently, but often we shape a world that was just for one type of body or mind. And so my dream is that we get better at thinking about difference and thinking about it creatively.
Era un privilegio tener a Jess Thom en nuestro programa, así que le agradecemos a Valentina Matus, además, que haya hecho la entrevista, la nota. Una mujer, Martín.